Hi guys, karibuni sana to yet another episode of the Cousin Coded podcast. We are happy to have you here. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for liking, commenting. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you for even engaging on the last topic. And today we're going to talk about an entirely different topic, which is, are we happy or just distracted? So I'm going to pose a question to you guys. When was the last time you sat just by yourself and you felt content and you felt you were happy? To unpack that discussion today, I'm joined by my cousin, one of my cousins, the black beauty of the family, the smiling machine. Her name is Barbara, but I'll let her introduce herself further, and then we are going to get into the topic.
Hi, my name is Barbara, as you've been told. I'm part of the Cousin Coded. I'm privileged to be here today and to be engaged in this discussion that you're going to have today. Now that I've been told that I am the smiling machine, I think I have to pace up and smile the whole episode, but don't don't mind my smile. So yes, I am very excited to be here for this episode and to engage in this topic, which is very familiar to almost all of us. So I can't wait to just dig in and talk about it, dissect the topic.
So Barbara, I'm going to ask this. What is happiness? When we say, are we happy or distracted? What is happiness and what is distraction?
I would describe happiness as that feeling of contentment, that feeling of joy, that inner peace within somebody, you know? It's like being in a serene place that you can't really pinpoint. You're really not anywhere different, but you just feel like this sensation of peace and joy and just accepting yourself and loving where you are and loving yourself. That is what happiness, I think, mean to me.
Okay.
For distraction, I think it's very broad and it's very contextual. It might vary from person to person. But I feel like distraction is just any type of nuisance that is just coming to, maybe distract you. I'm going to use the same word, but distract you from maybe your goals, maybe what is more important to you, valuing or enjoying being in that moment. Just something that takes your mind off that happiness that you should be consuming or enjoying at that moment. That is what I think in this context distraction is.
And when we talk about distraction, do you think, like the now adults, that is us, do you think we are happy or are we just kind of distracted, especially by social media?
Well, I think there are moments where we are happy. There are moments where we are present and we are enjoying where we are, when we're enjoying with our families, when we're enjoying with our friends. But I feel like still happiness is very seasonal. Sometimes you're just happy, sometimes, and the next minute it just switch and you just have this almost unwavering feeling of why am I here? You get? But also I feel like the distractions are there and they have actually dominated a lot of our spaces, our time, and that is what is keeping us from enjoying and being in the moment and celebrating those small things that you should be celebrating and enjoying and being happy with your people. So yes, it's a yin and yang situation where sometimes you are happy, sometimes you are distracted, sometimes you're just coping or just going with the flow to see where life is gonna take you.
I actually think most of us are just coping because we are distracted first by social media, also by relationships. Most of us do not want to be. We've been defined so much by relationship, be it romantic relationship or even friendships, that that is what validates us right now. And being just on social media, because I don't know, I can't even remember the last time I sat by myself, not with my phone and not just scrolling.
Yeah.
I feel like we're chasing more validation. I don't know. What do you feel? What do you think?
Well, yeah, I think that is it's almost like a pandemic at this point. I feel like this generation is really consumed by social media, and we spend a lot of time there, and it's the biggest distraction, to be really honest, right now in this day and age. And it's very sad. It's not just even us as adults. We might be talking about this in this context and this conversation as adults, but even our little babies and kids are now getting consumed with social media. And you find a baby just holding on to a phone for so long, just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling on those videos. I feel like there has to come a time where we now realize there is good things in all these distractions, because they are very positive things that come out of the social media and everything, and even maybe other distractions in the world. To remove yourself at some point and maybe try and see what you're benefiting from it and what it's not, or if it's not bringing value to you, what you can do away with. So many parents have taken the phones out of the kids and grounded them and made sure when it's school time, no screen time for you. So even us as adults, we need to get to a point where we choose for ourselves.
Yeah.
I know I have that phone. I know I can afford to have Wi-Fi and access all those platforms. But are they adding value to me right now? That is the question that you should be asking yourself. Is it adding value to me? Is it a distraction to me being in the moment and finding value in what is happening right now? Then you choose if you want to stay away or if you want to just participate and cope.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's the more reason right now we have a lot of bullies, especially online, because people do not have any other thing to do. You're just, first of all, people are just chasing. If you're not working, you're on social media. And that is why you find so many people have just become online bullies, because they see someone maybe doing better than them. And they take that chance to maybe insult them or maybe just say something that is not very, very pleasant. So even as we grow, even as we continue being adults, because I think at this point we are now just progressing. There's no going back. But again, do you think it's possible right now to be away from social media? I feel like it's close to impossible because, first of all, most people are working online. So when you say you're working online, you are mostly just on your phone. So do you think at this age it's gonna be practical to say that someone can take a break of social media?
The way I look at it with this context of social media, I don't think, and I started by saying this, I don't think social media is entirely wrong or destructive in all cases. There are productive ways or information that people are getting from social media that are helping them in their careers, that are helping them in their day-to-day lives, how they're navigating life, how they are navigating, like a new profession that somebody has gotten into. There is information on social media that is helpful.
Yeah.
Now it's for you to choose what you're going to consume and what is helpful to you, what is adding value and what is not. And also we can start by almost limiting it. You don't have to cut it drastically. you cut it off completely. Maybe you need to limit your screen time and be like, if I'm going to be on social media for maybe the Instagram and the TikTok just for entertainment, I'm going to be there for only 1 hour. After that, I need to go back and maybe work. I need to go back and clean the house. I need to go back and attend to my family. I need to go back and be present, enjoy company with my friends, go out, go to restaurant, eat something, you know. And then that is when you're not going to start appreciating the value of social media. I know so many people are working on those platforms, and it has given people so many opportunities, and it will be unfair for us to just call it, you know, like call it off completely, or cut, or maybe tell people to cut it off. But the way to go about it is for people to go back, to be retrospective about it. Now start analyzing yourself and what you're consuming. Is it helpful? Is it not helpful? What is good? What is extreme? It's just like any other form of addiction. Before you get to the point of addiction, it's that you've allowed it to just, you know,
to build up.
Exactly. It's building up, and you're not stopping it. But there is a way you can have fun, you can have that alcohol, you can have that drink and enjoy it. But because you have limit, you are on the other side of, now you're enjoying it, you're in the moment, you're happy, and you don't wake up tomorrow and you're sad and you're like, why did I even go out, you know?
And I think that's why most people get into addiction, because we've taken things like alcohol, they've become a coping mechanism. I'm stressed kidogo, I'm outside to go drink. So kidogo, just as you've said, kidogo, it builds up, and by the time you're realizing it, you have to drink to function. So it becomes very hard to even quit. I remember back in the days when there was no internet, we used to be genuinely happy. Honestly, we used to be genuinely happy, although then we were not adults. And I think even as our parents, you know, we never saw our parents really struggle. Like, I think they portrayed an image where life was just, whatever comes, they were just happy. So
but don't you think they were also coping in that day and age? We wouldn't see it as kids, but now that is what we are living in right now. Now we're the adults, we are the parents. Now we are coping. And our kids are the ones who are looking like they're happy, you get? Or enjoying the moment. And that's what I'm seeing. When it comes to that concept of, are you happy or you're just distracted? It's now enjoying that moment. Have you ever gone to, like, let me give you an example. There's a friend of mine who was talking about this, and she was saying that she has come to realize that she even goes to those, you know, dinners. She goes out with friends. She travels with friends, but she has noticed she's never present. Like, it's so easy for her to not to disconnect. Like she's so distracted with other things that are going on in life that in that moment, even when you ask her, oh, you guys went to Malindi, how was it? Good. She honestly does not remember what exactly was good about the trip. Like, I went for a trip, you get? So that soaking in the moment, because it's those small things that give us those happiness.
Actually, that's a perfect example of, we are just distracted and not happy. Coping. We're just coping because... Anyway, I think it's something worth talking about, and I think the viewers should also talk to us on the comments and tell us, because I also feel personally I'm very distracted because I can't remember the last time I sat by myself. I'm not watching TV, I'm not on phone, I'm not with the baby, you know, I'm always busy doing a lot of things that I forget to sit by myself and think, am I genuinely happy, or
what do you want?
Or what do I want as me, as Georgina, and not as Mama Kia, not Mama Pato, you know, just be myself. I can't remember the last time I did that.
But I think we are also, as adults, we are also scared of addressing that monster of, you know, the whole concept of adulting. And now we are adults, we have children that are codependent on us. We have things that need to keep moving for life to happen. You know, we have bills to pay. we get consumed by that, or sometimes we even allow it, or we just accept that being busy, having hustles everywhere is being fulfilled, but it's not. It's also another very big distraction from that reality of you addressing who are you, what do you enjoy, what do you like, what do you appreciate with life right now, what makes you happy.
But I think it is a valid distraction, because what else am I supposed to be doing if not chasing the money, you know?
Enjoying your family.
I'm just constantly I'm just on the thought of I need to provide, I need to build a future for my kids. You know, it's always just something I need to do. So at some point, I don't know, maybe it is valid, maybe we need to sit back a little bit and just be in the present, be in that moment. And maybe, don't you think this is maybe a topic we need to revisit, and maybe have a counselor or a therapist join us and maybe unpack this more, right?
Yes, dissect. I think from their point of view, it might make more sense for all of us, because we might be giving this whole discussion from our point of view and our lives, and maybe even also general, but it's good to have somebody who is a professional who can help you or guide you, because that's why people go for therapy, to be guided on how now you're going to navigate life, how you're going to address your demons, how you're going to address your traumas, how you're going to accept yourself, how you're going to I
actually think, especially addressing our traumas, it is a discussion that has been very hard. I don't know if it is, we are millennials, right? I don't know if it is us millennials, we have a problem addressing our traumas, or it is just something that is there. So I think it is really a good idea to have a therapist, and maybe we can invite Natalie on one of these episodes. Natalie is one of our cousins. She's she's a therapist, and maybe we could have her on the next, maybe someday we could have her, and we could maybe revisit this topic. But I think it is a discussion, and I think it is something all of us need to sit and just think about. Are we really, really happy, or are we just distracted? Are we just chasing the day-to-day life, or are we sitting by ourselves and asking ourselves, are we really happy? Do I feel like I'm doing this for me, or I'm just doing this to validate myself, or maybe to gain validation from the community or from friends, you know, from the outside world generally. So and maybe we could end this, and maybe you could just give your final insights then.
I feel like the whole concept is there's a lot to dissect from it. There are a lot of layers to peel from that discussion. So I think we can continue the conversation on the chats. We can revisit this any other time over the other episodes that are coming up. But I feel like retrospective is where we're going to go back to. So people need to just sit with this question, ask yourself what it means to you, where you like answer that question for yourself and nobody else. And I think having a therapist will actually help a lot to just dissect it even further. But it has been a very good discussion so far, and I'm thankful to be here.
Okay. So thank you, Barbara, for being here today, for making time to be here. We really appreciate. And for everyone who is going to be watching this episode, we really are grateful, and let's continue sharing, let's continue discussing this topic on the comments. It was nice having you around. My name is Georgina Nduko again for the Cousin Coded podcast. See you on the next one.